Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by the guys from U to B. They make some great T-shirts. The link is going to be in this description if you want to get any of the Arsenal-inspired T-shirts that they make. Let me just show you the one that I'm wearing today. This one, let me just move the mic here. 1971, a glorious year for Arsenal. When we done the double, and you've got to get yourself, if you want to get any of these type of T-shirts or any of the other T-shirts that they're doing, the link is in the description. Big up to the guys from U to B for sending me this. Love it. Right, the transfer rumours today. Now, of course, I think everybody out there, you all know that one of the things that Arsenal desperately need to do this transfer window is make sure they get a top quality defender, centre back. We neglected it last year. I know we brought in David Luiz and it was a bit of a stopgap, but still I see us getting linked to this winger and this striker and wait. I remember last year there was it was during the whole break for the whole coronavirus. There was this guy, he sent in this comment. It was one of the funniest comments, but so true that I ever seen. And he said, even if Messi is available this summer, Arsenal, and he's available on a free, Arsenal should pass it up and get a defender first. That is how much we need to get a defender, particularly a centre-back in. And I thought that was so true. So I really hope that we do get that done. Now, one of the centre-backs that we are getting linked to at the moment is Gabriel. Now, Gabriel, there was a lot of talk about him even during the whole break for the pandemic. Gabriel is a centre-back who plays for Lille, same club that Pepe used to play for over there in France. He's had a great season, fantastic season. He's still only 22 and over there in Liga, and many considered him to be one of the best centre-backs in the whole league. As I said, still only 22, valuations around about £25 million, and there's been strong rumours linking him with a move to Arsenal. Now, Arsenal, of course, not the only club after him. There's rumours that he already had a medical at Everton, because Everton were interested in taking him. Napoli are said to be hot on his tail. They seem to be the favourites to get his signature. But it looks now that he might not go to Napoli. The two clubs that seem to be at the front of the queue to get him are Arsenal and Man United. Now, of course, we know that Man United can offer him Champions League football. That is the one thing that United have managed to secure that makes it a really nice proposition now, that you'd be going there and that you'd be getting into the Champions League. But then I suppose coming to Arsenal, he'd probably have more first team opportunities than he would at Manchester United. Remember Manchester United, Maguire, Lindelof, Eric Bailly. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be looking to offload some of those, Phil Jones, but, he'd go in there and maybe not get as much first team opportunities as he may get at Arsenal. So that would be something that he'd have to consider. But it does look like it's boiling down to a choice between Manchester United or Arsenal for Gabriel. Arsenal would love to take him. Mikel Arteta said to be a big admirer of his. It's going to be really interesting to see where he does end up. Another centre-back that Arsenal are looking at is a guy I spoke about a couple of days ago, and that is Diego Carlos of Sevilla. Now, this one will be a lot more harder to get done. He's a more experienced centre-back, 27, rugged Brazilian centre-back. Had a great season for Sevilla, who finished fourth. But again, a lot of big clubs chasing him, including Liverpool, said to be really interested in him. He has a release clause at Sevilla for £68 million. There's no way they're going to get that right now. But there is talk that they take around about 50 to 55 million pounds, which is still a lot of money, a hell of a lot of money for a centre back. But he said that they take around about that sort of money for him. Now, again, I think he's overpriced there. If I was going for a choice of the two, You look at Gabriel, he's only 22, Diego Carlos 27. But then again, you know, a more experienced type of defender to go next to Saliba might be better for Arsenal right now. But would Arsenal be willing to pay a whopping 50 to 55 million pounds? That is a lot of money. And remember, with the whole pandemic thing, you know, let's not forget, Arsenal players had to take a pay cut. So do we have that sort of money to spend on one player? You know, I don't know. But let's see how that one turns out. Certainly, I'd say Gabriel at Lille would be a more attractive proposition for Arsenal. Now, Willian from Chelsea, spoke about him yesterday. Does look like he's definitely on his way out. All the rumours point to Arsenal. All of the rumours point to Arsenal. There's rumours that he's told his friends he's going to Arsenal. I saw today where Antonio Rudiger, his teammate, wishing him all the best, wishing that he'd stay, but wishing him all the best because he's not staying at Chelsea. Does look like he is heading to Arsenal. Arsenal been interested in him for a long time. Free transfer, won't cost any money. And then yesterday, there was this, I don't know if you saw this, it came out on PES, a picture of Willian wearing an Arsenal kit. Now, this is rumored to be like the, you know, because you know you have different versions of PES. This is rumored to be the Arsenal version, and it was a picture of Willian coming out in an Arsenal kit, which was quickly then deleted, but snapped up by a load of different outlets. Now, does this definitely point to the fact that Willian is on his way to Arsenal? We could hear something about this within the next couple of days or so, because as I said, he's a free agent now. But does that confirm that he is Arsenal bound? That is what we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, I love when you get all these little sort of things like this happening, you know, stuff like this. He's bought a house in here. And I mean, he doesn't have to buy a house because he's still going to be still in London if he's at Arsenal. But again, good signing or not, it's very interesting yesterday. I was going through a lot of the comments on the video. I asked the question, do you think it'd be a good signing? And I have to say that the majority of people in there were saying, yeah, you know, it's not going to cost any money. He's Premier League ready. He's experienced. And they think he'll do a good job at Arsenal. So that was very interesting to see, because during the pandemic when Willian was linked, sorry, I say during the pandemic, during the lockdown for the pandemic, because the pandemic is still here, a lot of people were sort of like, nah, don't want him. Chelsea reject, don't want him. It seems like that's changed a bit. And he has had a great season, Willian. And certainly he would bring a lot of experience to the team. And it's not going to, you know, all right, well, you can't say it's not going to cost anything, because it will. He'll still be, he'll be getting a 3-year contract. He'll be on about 120 grand a week. But he's a good player. He's a good player. And if you look at all his stats for this season for Chelsea, he's still up there with the running stats. He's still quick. He's skillful. He could bring a lot to Arsenal. So let's see how this one pans out. But it's certainly everything seems to be pointing towards him joining Arsenal, and we could hear about it within the next few days. One of the players that's definitely moving out and we're going to be making way for him is Henrik Mkhitaryan. Now, we already know that Mkhitaryan has been out on loan with Roma. Roma desperate to keep him, played well for Roma this season. Arsenal don't want him back. They want to get his £180,000 a week wages off their wage bill. We know that Roma wanted to continue with a loan deal, but Arsenal not interested in that at all. They would rather just get rid of him completely. It does look like that is going to happen, but it's not been tied up yet. Nothing concrete yet, but does certainly look like Mkhitaryan will be moving out for Roma, and that, as I said, will release a lot of wages off of the wage bill, and a lot of that wages will go to Willian if he signs up. And then there's Matteo Guendouzi. Now, we all know about the problems with Guendouzi. Guendouzi, of course, hasn't figured since that game against Brighton, where he had that little incident at the end of the game, and there's been lots of talk about discipline, and it was very notable that, you know, after the FA Cup, you know, he didn't even wish his teammates congratulations. He just put up something on his Instagram saying he's on holiday. It looks 100% that he's going to be on his way out. Mikel Arteta's had enough of him, and he, although he's a very talented player, is going to be on his way out. There are a lot of clubs around Europe interested in him. The interesting one is Villarreal. Villarreal, of course, managed now by Unai Emery, who's a massive fan, as we know. When he was at Arsenal, he always played Guendouzi. Villarreal said to be really interested in him, according to the Spanish outlet Foot Mercato. Whether Villarreal will be able to cough up the sort of money that Arsenal want, that's gonna we're gonna have to wait and see, because he won't be cheap. Arsenal are going to want a lot of money for him. He's very young, he's very talented, and Arsenal are going to want a lot of money for him. But certainly Unai Emery would like to be reunited with him, and those are the rumours. We also know that Barcelona are keen as well. And of course, talking of Barcelona, this guy, will this get done? Again, lots of rumours around about it today. Philippe Coutinho, that Arsenal are in advanced talks with Barcelona about getting this one done. You see him there, of course, in a Bayern Munich shirt, but we all know that he was on loan at Bayern. He is a Barcelona player. They paid a whopping amount of money for him, and it just has not worked out. I think if Arsenal could get this deal done, it'd be excellent. It would be adding a lot of quality to the team. It'd be a lot of Brazilians as well. If Willian comes in, Coutinho, Martinelli, you know, David Luiz, all of a sudden a load of Brazilians in the team. If we had Gabriel as well, you know what I mean? There'd be a load of Brazilians in the team. But Coutinho, could it happen? I think it makes sense to try and get that deal done. And again, it's all about adding quality to the team. That's what it is for me this season. So if we could get a deal like that done, that'd be brilliant. Let's dive into the comments. Lots of comments coming in from you guys, and that's why I wanted to go live today. I wanted to get your views on what's happening. For your transfer budget, AB says, for your transfer budget, since you're buying rejects, that's what he says. So I don't know if he's done a super chat, right? Right. So I don't know if he's saying that the money's going to go towards our transfer budget because we haven't got a lot of money. That's cheeky, Eddie. Listen, steady on, man. We haven't got a lot of money, but it's about being smart. Somar says, Ismaili Sarr. That would be that's again another very good player. But again, we've already got Pepe there, and and Ismaili Sarr, Watford paid a lot of money for him. I think it was about 25 million. They'll be wanting to recoup that at the very least. So I can't see that one happening. Fodge says Malang Sarr, yes or no? Again, a player that's a centre back who's available on a free. I haven't seen enough of him. He had a great season for Nice. Could possibly be, again, a target for Arsenal. There are rumours that Arsenal are looking at him, but it does look more Gabriel they'd be more interested in. Sam Tresider says, one, could Gabriel be lured to Arsenal by Luiz and Martinelli? He says, if we got Willian, that would also help. And he says, what's happening with the kid from Sporting? That's gone a bit quiet. That's Fernandez. Listen, there's going to be lots and lots of rumours around at the moment. And you know how these things go. Arsenal will be looking at many of these different targets with a view to bringing them in. Ben Williams says, can't wait for you to announce Timo Werner in 10 years' time, Robbie. Is that another salty Chelsea fan? They've been so salty recently. No, we're going to announce Anthony Taylor. Thomas Harvey says, people need to realise that 22 million over 3 years for Willian is a great bit of business for Arsenal. He's a good player. O'Malley says, should do a swap deal with Villarreal for Pau Torres for Guendouzi. They have got some very, very good players, Villarreal. Let's keep going through the comments. View says, yes, Magalhaes, but we already have got Saliba. Again, I would like to see, to be honest, a really experienced player coming in. That's what I'd like to see in that centre-back position, but it's who's available. Masson Skent, I hope I pronounced that right, 69 says, Grealish will be going for 25 million. I would say go for it. Who told you that? Grealish for 25 million? No chance. Absolutely no chance Grealish will be going for that sort of money. Auto Magic said, I'd like to see Gelson from Sporting rather than Willian. Again, Arsenal said to put in an offer for Gelson Fernandes, but it's been turned down. So you're going to have to wait and see. But the Willian one definitely looking like an easier deal to get done right now. Prem Reddy says, we can see the Edu influence on our club. Links to Brazilians. Personally, I like Willian to us. Gives us squad depth. And again, that's a very good point made there by Prem with a super chat there. It's true. The influence of Edu, all of a sudden, because, you know, for a long time, we hadn't had many Brazilians at Arsenal, you know. Yeah, in recent times, not a lot of Brazilians, the odd one here and there. Now, all of a sudden, we could have a load of Brazilians, a load of South Americans at the club. And that's not a bad thing. That is definitely not a bad thing. Agent Check says, congrats on the FA Cup win. As a Chelsea fan, I think looking at your budget, Coutinho off limits, but Willian and Magalhaes on freeze and Partey if possible. Well, I don't know. I don't think Coutinho is off budget because I don't think Coutinho he's off budget if we're trying to buy him. But I don't think we're going to try and buy him. I think it would be a loan deal. So definitely it's on limits and you're getting a player of the highest quality. Lina says Willian and Coutinho would be great for our squad depth. Shout out to Robbie streaming from his guest house. This one from Kerim. He says, should we buy John Stones? Oh, no, man. I don't know, man. I mean, let me put that out there to you guys. John Stones, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't... You know, he went to Man City for a lot of money, and there is rumours that Manchester City are willing to sell him, and he's an England international, but he's got a lot of mistakes in him. I just don't... I want a defender with minimal mistakes. We just have not had that for a very, very long time. And again, he's just one of those defenders. There's a lot of errors in him, man. And no. What do you guys think? John Stones, let me know. Another super chat here from Big Bubba Chief. He says, instead of wingers, Arsenal need to be looking at a creative midfielder. Definitely. And again, Coutinho is that type of guy, you know, which would be good. SB said we should have signed a tall defender, Tabsoba from Vitoria, who was keeping our striker silent. Now, the thing about that is that, you know, we don't know a lot what that guy is week in, week out. Some players can look immense in a one-off game, but what would they be like week in, week out? You know, would they be good enough? That is the problem. Richard McKeever says no to Stones. So he's saying no to Stones. Abba Gunner says Thiago from Bayern would be a great signing. He would, but I think players like Thiago Alcantara, we're not going to get because we don't have Champions League football. That is where the lack of Champions League football really, really does affect us. Mike Cox, I know what you're trying to get me to do there, right? He says, buy Ollie Watkins. He's young and cheap and very, very fast. Buy him out of the Championship. He's at Brentford. I was watching him last night, and congratulations to Fulham, who got promoted yesterday. They dealt with him very well, Ollie Watkins. He has had a great season, but is he ready for the Premier League? I mean, it was a shame that Brentford didn't come up. We'd have been able to see more of him, but he has had a great season. But I think we're all right in the striker department right now. Scott Gray says no to Stones. JJ says no John Stones. Is there anybody out there who says yes, that would think it would be a good signing, you know, let me know, because all the comments I was looking to see here, you know, they're sort of saying no. Like little Jimmy says, why sign Willian when Nelson can hardly get a game? Rather save those big wages that he would want and give Aubameyang an offer he can't refuse. Well, they've given Aubameyang a big offer already. Abraham says Adama Traore from Wolves would be a good addition to Arsenal, would be a very expensive addition as well. You know, so I can't see that one happening. Plus Wolves, well, they don't want to sell. Traore is one of their main guys, but it'd be, as I said, very expensive. Nikan says, hi, Robbie. Can you wish Kayan a happy 16th birthday? Happy 16th birthday going out to you, Kayan. And Connor Curran with another super chat says, big up, Don Robbie. We're on the up, my guy. Big up things coming. Perfect addition for me would be young Rob Slevin. Do you know much about him? No, I don't, unfortunately. Listen, you know what? The FA Cup winner's really given Arsenal a really good feel-good factor. We knew that Arteta already was doing a good job. It has given us a feel-good factor. Now they've just really got to match it with some good signings. Jimmy Fallon says, what about Decore? That's another one. You know what I mean? Watford have been relegated. No doubt they'll be looking to, well, they'll want to keep hold of him, but they might be forced to sell him. Decore, I think, is a very good player. Box-to-box midfielder, would do well at Arsenal. Animation Station said, would you sell Chambers or Holding or none or both? It's a hard one. You know, this is really tough, right? Because Chambers, for me, was doing brilliantly before he got injured. Of all the defenders at Arsenal, I would have said he was doing the best at that time. Then he got the injury. And remember, he's filling that right back sometimes. He's doing centre-back. He got injured, so it's really unfortunate. I think it'd be harsh to sell him. Rob Holding, I was thinking to myself, I don't know, man. Might be time to move him out. But then I was very impressed with his performance in the final. And if he can keep up that, you know, get his full fitness back and his level of consistency, I'd like to see Rob Holding remain at the team. But we've got so many centre-backs. I mean, some are going to have to go. But I'd be inclined to, I mean, with Chambers, he's been at Arsenal for a long time. He's going to want first team football, you know, maybe moving him out, but I don't know, because he was having a good season. I'd say maybe Chambers and you keep hold of Holding if I had to be pulled on it. Ronald Jacob says, love from India, Robbie. He says, I'm a United fan, but love Arsenal Fan TV because of troops, banter, and the energy. DT saying, when will this end, Robbie? Big up Ronald, big up everybody watching from India. Zayed says, buying experienced players like Willian and a defender combined with our young lads, they will do fine for the future of the club. Stephen Chews on talking about John Stones. He says, Arteta knows Stones better than anyone from his time at City, so you never know. That's true. That's true. But at his time at City, wasn't exactly playing much, was he, in the first team? That's what I'm saying. Why? You look at John Stones, right? Even when John Stones, even when they had loads of injuries to centre-backs at City, they would rather play a midfielder, you know, in that position than playing John Stones. And that says something to me. Not for me. Ben Williams says, with a super chat, he says, what do you think our formation will be next season? If we sign Willian, do you think he will start ahead of Pepe or Laka will be leaving? Now, this is a bit of a worry as well. I'm hoping that if we sign Willian, that's as an addition to our team. Willian can also sort of play in that number 10 position. He doesn't always have to play as a winger. I think it is about squad depth and it is about adding quality to the team. And maybe Arsenal just looking at it and saying, listen, a guy like this, you know, we just can't afford to let go. I don't think Pepe's going anywhere. We've invested so much money in him. So I don't think it's Pepe going anywhere. I really don't think Lacazette is going anywhere either. I just think it's an addition to the team. It might affect, though, the growth of somebody like a Reece Nelson. It really might. Could be that he might end up on a loan or something if Willian comes in. A Sharma with a super chat says, Robbie, please tell my friend Sharif Guna not to bottle watching finals with me. He wanted to take a sleeping pill. He was too scared to lose the FA Cup. Well, we did it. Skullfuggery says, agreed about Holding. I think he's had his chances to establish himself. Thoughts on the English wonder kid in France? Mike Oxmel's Grim needs a look. Somebody mentioned about him yesterday as well. Getting hit with a lot of different players from lower leagues. Yes, John Robbie, what about young Harry Crook from Northampton? Know anything about him? I don't know anything. You're dropping a load of new names on me, man. I don't know. But I don't know. Extra Z says, apparently Gabriel is closer to joining United because of Champions League. Also, thoughts on Sancho. Top 4 predictions for next season. That's, the Gabriel thing. We know that Manchester United are definitely interested in Gabriel. And as I said right at the top of the show, they do have Champions League football. That is a big, big carrot that they have. They can offer him Champions League football. We can't. What we might be able to do, if we were to be able to persuade him, because that is a big persuasion tool for Manchester United, we may be able to say to Gabriel, well, you play more first-team games at Arsenal than you win at Manchester United, because look at their squad. But you would have to say at this stage, Manchester United are the favourites. Thoughts on Sancho? He looks like he's going to Man United. That would be a good signing. You can't lie about that. I ain't going to lie. That's a good signing. Top 4 predictions, I'm not going to give until I see what Arsenal do in the transfer window. Jack says, with the super chat says, Gabriel, Diego Carlos, or Upamecano. Well, we know that Upamecano has signed a new deal, so I think we can take him out of the equation right now. He signed a new deal. He's going to be staying at RB Leipzig. Gabriel or Diego Carlos, I like both of them. Maybe you err on the side of a Gabriel because he's younger, but then Diego Carlos is an experienced player. Either. We need quality defenders. That's all I know. Finn O'Neill says, I want a Malan Sarr, a great young French centre-back. He'll be on a free as well. Would be foolish not to sign him. Football Guy says, why do people complain about defence? Then never want to buy defenders. Well, we need to buy defenders. That's one thing for sure. Matthew Allais says, Holding is way better than Stones. Interesting. JWM says, what happened with Ryan Fraser? That's interesting. Ryan Fraser, of course, he left Bournemouth before the end of the season on a free. Didn't even finish the season with them. Talk is that he's going to end up at Tottenham. That's what the talk is. Also, one stage were interested, but I don't think they're interested anymore. Vishal says, and I can never pronounce this name, right? And I'm going to get slaughtered for it. Robbie, what about Dominic Slobosklev, right? I would take him in a heartbeat. Very good player, very good defensive midfielder. Arsenal have been heavily linked with him. You never know. That could be one that could get done. Maine says Phil Jones is available. You're right. We're good. It does look like Phil Jones will be shipped out of Man United this summer. But listen, he won't be coming to Arsenal. That's for sure. Remember, the funny thing is that when Manchester United signed Phil Jones, Arsenal were actually interested in him as well. He was really highly sought after. But it's just never really kicked on. Winfred says, tell Unai Emery to come and sign Torreira. P.S. Thoughts go out to those in Beirut. Oh, man, that was horrible, man. That explosion in Lebanon. Unbelievable. I watched that yesterday, and your immediate thought is anybody near to that. I mean, it was so sad. So, yeah, I second that. My thoughts going out to everybody in Lebanon. Already a country with a lot of problems, and then to have that now, wow. So anybody over there, thoughts and prayers go out to you. Interesting that you're saying tell Unai Emery to come and sign Torreira. You're not feeling Torreira. I mean, again, that's going to be interesting to see this summer. Does Torreira stay? I think I think if Arsenal go and get Thomas Partey done, I can't see him keeping hold of Lucas Torreira. I was chatting to somebody the other day who was kind of close to the Torreira camp, and he was saying that, you know, Torreira, that sort of first season and that, he wasn't settled at all in this country. He was literally living on his own, really lonely and stuff like that. But now he's got people around him and he's really enjoying London. But he really has had a real stop-start season as Lucas Torreira. Kareem says, do we really need a midfielder? Xhaka and Ceballos have been solid, but we do. We need a good squad. What if any of them get injured? What if there's any problems? We need a good squad. I definitely do think we need midfielders. We need a defensive midfielder. We need an attacking midfielder. Definitely. Luca with a super chat says, you're the man, Robbie. All the love from Oz. Do you think Norwich will come back up? It's tough to get out of that division, man. It all depends on, can they keep hold of a lot of their star players? Lots of their star players getting linked with moves away. It's going to be tough. And on that whole thing, Beats from the Crib says, what about Ben Rama? Ben Rama, of course, of Brentford. I was watching the game last night. He didn't have a great game at all, Ben Rama, but he is a quality player. They want a lot of money for him. I don't think he will be at Brentford next season, but I don't think Arsenal need him. So just can't see Arsenal bringing in Ben Rama. Melanie K says no to Stones. But Stephen says yes to Stones. Strong English centre-back alongside Saliba or Holding. So there you go. As I said, is Stones one of those players? Because you know what? You get certain players, it just doesn't happen for them at a club. Could it be if he came to an Arsenal that could be the type of place where he could do well at? Difficult to say, man. Difficult to say. Abdul says, yes, John Stones is better than Kolasinac. Poor Kolasinac. We're getting a lot of stick recently, man. He didn't finish off the season well at all, and he's another one of those players that are also looking to move on. Joel Timothy Lowe says, I think we should get either Jonathan Tah or Malang Sarr because we need defenders, and both of them are strong and don't make many mistakes. Love from Malaysia. My friend in Germany said to me, though, that Jonathan Tah does make a lot of mistakes. And he was sort of saying to me, that's why he doesn't think a lot of the big clubs have ever come in for him, because he tends to make errors. That's what my mate was telling me from Germany. Indanil says, Willian, with his experience, winning mentality and professionalism, will be a good signing. Our FA Cup bench was filled with kids. Good signing. That's a great point. It was. You know, there are a lot of very, very young players in Arsenal's team, which is a great thing. But also, you know, with a season, the season, you need experienced players in there. So that's a very good point. Another super chat here from Abbas. He says, which free signings would you pick this window? Now, let me tell you something, right? If the free signings are Willian, Coutinho, no, hold on, we need more. I'd be Coutinho, because I think we need an attacking midfielder who can score goals, and Coutinho fits the bill. Played in the Premier League, knows it, understands it. We need a centre-back. I don't know who that's going to be, but I want to see a very, very good centre-back in there. And Partey, I think that'd be a good window. It doesn't have to be, Coutinho would be my glamour signing, but the other two just need to be players that are going to strengthen the spine of this football club, that makes it not a pushover. So, yeah, I think those would be good signings. Going to do a few more. Lisoda says, Robbie, Arsenal needs good midfielders that are in good ball control, fast tiki-taka play. We must replicate the Manchester City style. Going to be very difficult, but it's going to be very, very difficult to get the right players in. Jonathan SC says, sell Holding, Chambers, Socrates, Torreira, Kolasinac, Guendouzi, Mkhitaryan, and El Neni. And Sifo says, I twerk for an overall window that would include Willian, Partey, Coutinho, and Gabriel. Wow. Couple more super chats there. Ascetic Panda says, what do you think of Jack from Leeds? He's fitting well at Arsenal. No, he didn't catch me. And real number 9 in with a super chat there as well. Listen, thanks very much for tuning into the show today. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. A couple more super chats coming. Let me just do those before I go. Core Free, Leon Bridge Free says, if I was going to get Dunk, you get Dunk or White. Or if you could get Dunk or White, which one would you take? I think I'd take Dunk. I think he's been excellent for Brighton. He's been solid. Again, he's an experienced guy. I wouldn't mind seeing him at Arsenal, even now. Ethan says, Jonathan David, midfield, Ruben Dias, best options. So lots of great suggestions coming in from you guys, and I really, really thank you very much for all the suggestions that you've made today. They've been brilliant. Thanks for watching Transfer Daily. Remember, we're going to be here every day throughout the summer with the Transfer Rumours. It's a different type of transfer window this year, as I said, goes right through to October because of the whole lockdown. So we'll be here every day giving you all the latest rumours. Remember, the show today is sponsored by UTB, the guys behind these great T-shirts. I'm showing you this one again, my 1971 T-shirt. The link is in the description if you want to go onto their website and check out some of their excellent T-shirts. They're also giving me a couple to give away, so look out for that. That's going to be coming up over the next couple of shows. Thanks for watching the show. Have yourself a great, great day.